Hello everyone. I just thought I'd take a few minutes to say hello to you and introduce myself. I'm Rosie Doy. I'm taking over as course director for the NDA programs, as well as being the HSC school lead for apprenticeships. And I wanted to say hello and acknowledge the amazing work that Katrina has done and Coral before her in hopefully making you feel that you are a very valued set of programs and set of learners, and that we really want to continue to support you to achieve all you can be. You will be feeling very uncomfortable and perhaps unsure at the moment, having first had the news that the apprenticeships were being paused, followed reasonably quickly by a reverse of decision, which we are delighted about, which is that your programs are continuing. Okay, so my contact details are on this slide, and as you can see, much the best way to get hold of me is via email. Voicemail messages on my work number, although of course we're remote working at the moment, will reach me, but not always going to be responding to that, and my email is probably the best way forward. We're delighted that your employers, our really valued practice partners, have agreed to reinstate the continuity and the running of your programs. This is fantastic. This also is a testament to how important you are now, and you will be in the future as registered nurses, to the workforce for the future. Naturally, all of us are wrestling with the current huge challenges, and you will be no doubt feeling extremely uncertain, perhaps quite worried about what's going to happen about theory, what's going to happen about practice. Now placements, supernumerary placements that is, have been paused. Please let me take this moment to assure you that we're on it. You won't have all the details yet, but we are planning a big meeting with all the employers to look at how we can facilitate your successful achievement of the learning outcomes in your workplaces. And then, when supernumerary placements are resumed, and it's not at all clear when that will be, how we can then make sure that what you've done already is captured well, so that what you do on supernumerary placements is as valuable as possible. I'd like to take this opportunity to invite any of you who might wish to be involved in the virtual meeting, which will be by Microsoft Teams. We will be convening it with the employers, to let yourself be known to me by email if you'd like to try and be involved in that discussion. It is likely to be the week after next, i.e. the 4th or the 7th of May. But of course, diaries aren't always that simple. We would like to hear your voices as to your fantastic ideas and innovation in terms of how practice can be supporting you to achieve your outcomes in your workplace. One of the things that might happen is that it might help the transition between the time when you're perceived to be a student and the time you're perceived to be just a worker, which I know for some of you has been quite challenging. And this will be really helpful in perhaps helping some of the translation of skills that some of you may have found difficult from placement areas into your workplace. So, times are a-changing. There is some uncertainty. We will agree exactly what the way forward will be in terms of practice and in terms of any little tweaks to theory, given that your progress was interrupted during the short period of time that the apprenticeships were believed to be paused. I've seen lots of change. Some of you, that would be the Feb 2020 group, will have seen this slide already in my welcome and hello presentation. In 1973, which for all purposes is more like the 1800s, when I started nursing, things were very, very different. We're in a time of unforeseen change and emergency at the moment with the COVID-19 situation. Nevertheless, we will get through it, but we need to do it together and to support you, and you need to be able to channel any issues that you've got to me and to your module organisers, your academic advisors, so that you don't struggle and end up in any difficulties, or talk to each other and the jungle drums beat and make you more confused and more unsure. Here I am, top right on the top row, looking all naive, and certainly I was quite naive and very quiet then, which my colleagues and friends now hardly believe. Nevertheless, I learned an awful lot, and I come to you as course director, having been a general nurse. That was way before the NMC decided to change the field to adult nursing, and as a mental health nurse. I've initiated the apprenticeships. I'm really involved in the TNA apprenticeship. I've been involved with paramedics and OTs and done lots of CPD, working with loads of trusts and employers. So what I come with is boundless enthusiasm, but also fantastic, I hope, relationships with your employers, which we will need to work on together to make sure that what you go through is as seamless and as helpful and facilitated as possible. Okay, for those of you who are using social media, particularly Twitter, appropriately and professionally, that's my Twitter handle. I tweet around long-term conditions, end of life, emergency care, interesting things, and some of you may wish to follow me, and I would certainly love to be in correspondence with you on Twitter, not just through formal UEA channels. And certainly some of the apprentices, particularly Steph Attu, in the group that's just finished, so that was the February 18 group, the very first group, was very active on social media, very professional, and we often were able to share all sorts of interesting learning that could then come to you and to others. And finally, together, you as learners, your employers and ourselves at UEA can do it. We can get you through a different route than you might have imagined, than we might ever have thought when we planned the curriculum together. But we can do it. But in these challenging times, please, please, please look after yourselves and your mental health. Every mind matters, absolutely. And there's lots and lots of really good help and support available, not just by Every Mind Matters, but in terms of linking mental health to the COVID situation. Do please remember that the Learning Enhancement Team, all the student services that UEA offers are still available, albeit in a virtual or remote way. So please, please do access them and alert any of the help services or us to any issues so that we can work on them together before they become a crisis. Stay safe, and I really look forward to meeting you and working with you. Bye.